It seems that you really need an education on how this stuff works, and I'm going to give you one.
Today's video dives headfirst into the chaotic courtroom of Judge Perkins. Yes, that Judge Perkins, and our main character is a full-blown British sovereign citizen named Reginald Linton L. What starts as a basic arraignment spirals into a 20-minute lecture on admiralty law, birth certificates, and contracts no one signed. You'll hear everything from claims of state immunity to international passports issued by fantasy governments. But what makes this episode stand out is Judge Perkins' calm, witty, and unshaken. He exposes contradictions with surgical precision. Oh, and there's also a crack cocaine charge. Stick around, because this case is part legal drama, part comedy hour, and 100% internet.
Disorderly conduct, and I'll fine you $200.
I'm not contracted. I'm not going to contract with the city.
Let me finish what I have to do. Let me finish what I have to do, okay? As far as the procedure is concerned. This is
okay, excuse me.
No. Let me finish and I'll answer your question. We're here on an arraignment for Mr. Reginald Linton L. On one count, entering without permission. That's entering dwelling without permission. That is ticket number U613222121. Complaint number U613222121. The maximum possible penalty for that is 90 days in jail and or $500 in fine if you found guilty of that. We're also here on complaint number U6132221 in violation of 38-11-2 of the City of Detroit Municipal Code. The other violation is 314-1 of the Municipal Code for the entering without permission, and then the possession of cocaine is in violation of 38-11-2. Both of them are punishable by maximum possible penalty of 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, sir, and I'll set a $0 personal. I'm going to set a $0 personal bond.
The defendant pulls out the sovereign citizen playbook and invokes corpus delicti, the requirement that a crime must have a tangible victim. Sovereigns love this term, but they misinterpret it constantly. Possessing crack cocaine doesn't need a harmed individual to be a crime. It's illegal because it endangers public health and safety. It's not about who got hurt. It's about what the law prohibits. The judge wisely skips debating the logic and focuses on the real charges: illegal entry and drug possession. The courtroom is a legal arena, not a philosophy for man. Perkins
22121 and U6132221. Appearance for the record, please, or appear if he doesn't want counsel, then that's fine too. Do you want Ms. Hatcher to represent you, Mr. Linton L?
No.
All right. State your name for the record, sir.
I'm not here to contract with you. I'm just here as a meeting of the minds to get this case dismissed because there's no corpus delicti, and I'm not a state, federal, corporate entity, ins leges, if you will.
Court has no jurisdiction over him due to his sovereign status, yet he cites Michigan court rules to justify his filings. You can't say laws don't apply to you and then use those same laws to defend yourself. That's like yelling you don't believe in math, then asking for a calculator. Judge Perkins handles this with grace, reading the exact statute the defendant quoted and flipping it back on him. Sovereign citizens want immunity without accountability, and that double standard gets.
Well, that's what I was talking
then
about.
There's the matter.
That's what I was
There's
talking
the
about.
matter. Right. There's the matter of infringement.
All right. Are you done?
Oh, proceed.
Yeah, you said your documents speak for themselves, and that's what I was talking about. I spent the morning, part of the morning, reading all the documents that you provided, sir. And like I say, from what I can gather and from what I know about cases like this, you're trying to say that you're sovereign. The Constitution doesn't allow the city of Detroit or the state of Michigan to be able to police their streets and protect the health, safety, and welfare of their citizens, and that the laws that are codified under the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit do not apply to you. Is that correct?
Well, the thing of it is as it states here, if you read the document, as it states, I haven't harmed anyone. There's no corpus delicti. My going to visit someone.
It is a corpus delicti.
Where's the corpus delicti?
They indicate that you have crack cocaine on you in the city of Detroit. And the last time I checked, crack cocaine is not legal to have in the city.
We enter the sovereign citizen, multiverse, sexpatriation, and estate conveyance. The defendant claims he conveyed his estate to a separate version of himself, thereby escaping jurisdiction. It's legal nonsense dressed up in official-sounding gibberish. Expatriation isn't transferring your name to your alter egos renouncing citizenship through official channels. And, spoiler alert, no embassy recognizes DIY deeds scribbled on printer paper. Judge Perkins tries to keep up, but even he's baffled by the sovereign Sudoku. This is where legal fantasy crashes into courtroom reality, and it's both entertaining and tragically
I'll tell you this,
Well,
I don't see any. Okay.
no, go ahead. Forget.
Okay, I'll tell you this. One thing I will acknowledge, I will acknowledge that as for the EWOP ticket, he did state in his pleadings that he was allowed to come in this house. He was invited in this house, and the house was fully furnished, and he was invited. So I don't know. I do have some question about that. I also have some.
That's what trials are for.
Yeah, that's what trials are for, and he's made that. He's at least made that case and asked for the crack cocaine ticket. I don't know. Is there any way to determine that it was actually crack cocaine? So those are issues that I have with the case. But as far as what you're filing, I really, the stuff that you've put together, it seems like you've taken a lot of time with it, but you're also kind of contradicting yourself in your own pleadings when you cite the Michigan Court Rule 2.02b that allows me, and it says that I can take judicial notice. And particularly in that document, it says, when discretionary, a court shall take judicial notice without request by a party of one, the common law, constitutions and public statutes enforced in every state, territory, and jurisdiction of the United States, and two, private acts and resolutions of Congress of the United States and of the legislature of Michigan, and ordinance and regulations of governmental subdivisions of agencies of Michigan, and the laws of foreign countries. So at one point you're saying that these don't apply to you because of your sovereignship, but then you cite a court rule that's saying exactly the opposite. That I can take judicial notice because judicial notice gives me power to say that they do.
A world citizen passport. Yep, he really said that. The defendant references a self-issued ID from a fringe website that offers global documents recognized by no one. Even the passport's fine print admits it's useless without recognition from actual governments. This is like printing a monopoly dollar and trying to buy coffee with it. Judge Perkins goes the extra mile and checks the site himself, proving Once again, that real courts don't operate in fantasy. Sovereign citizens think paperwork equals power, but without legitimacy. It's just expensive.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. Going to this home where the guy unlocked the door and said what he stated. Now I went there to actually go.
Now, I don't want you to, listen,
car.
let me stop you right now. I don't want you to state anything that may implicate you, right? Incriminate you. I don't want you to state anything that, because now is not the time to defend yourself against those charges. I'm just saying that I see that in your pleading. Wait a minute, just let me listen. I see that in your pleading, and on its face, then I probably would agree with that. You know, if you go into if somebody invites you to a home and it's fully furnished, it doesn't look like it's it looks like they own it and live there. I don't know. On its face, that sounds like a good argument in your behalf. I don't know what the police are going to say. I don't know whether they have the ability to say that this property was not theirs, the person that you claim it was. But for the most part, I thought the argument would be a pretty good argument. But all this other stuff that you filed, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no clue.
Well, you need me to elaborate? Exhibit 1.
I mean, well, like I say,
Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. That's actually expatriation. Exhibit 2.
Hey, what is that? Say that again.
Expatriate.
Expatriate. What? And give me your understanding of what that means.
Well, in other words, I own what you would be.
The legendary Admiralty flag argument. If you've never heard it, buckle up. Sovereign citizens believe that courtroom flags with gold fringes mean the court operates under maritime law. It's completely false and legally irrelevant. The fringe is decorative, nothing more. Yet this theory resurfaces in nearly every sovereign citizen hearing. Judge Perkins doesn't even dignify it with a real response, just a confused huh. That silence speaks volumes. When your entire defense is based on flag aesthetics, you've officially sailed in.
And you filed a document with the county, with the Wayne County Register of Deeds. And you, in this document, it says estate conveyance deed. And this goes back to October 14th, I guess, of 2014. It looks like, or 2019, wherever that is. And it says that by first party grantor, Reginald Ray Linton estate, a foreign estate whose original address is 814 Jefferson Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, to second party grantee Reginald Linton L., a indigenous man, secured party whose mailing address is this mailing address I'm going to say on the record. And then it kind of goes through what you're conveying, and it gave some consideration. Well, first of all, I'm looking at it like this. All right, are you saying that I'm conveying my estate of 814 Jefferson Avenue? Or because when I look at this conveyance of a deed, that means you're conveying some property to somebody. And then if you're looking at it, if I take what I believe you're trying to say, is you're trying to say I conveyed Reginald Linton estate to Reginald Linton L.
Correct.
But when you say that, then we're just saying, hey, Reginald Linton L.
And here's the moment where it all unravels. Our sovereign citizen confesses to having crack cocaine. And being pulled over by police, he even admits they had no warrant but assumed something illegal. This is what lawyers warn you about. Don't talk yourself into jail. All the sovereign rhetoric about contracts, jurisdiction, and maritime. Flags just collapsed under one off-the-cuff admission. The judge wisely cuts him off before he says more. It's not just entertaining, it's a cautionary tale in why YouTube. Law degrees,
Department in License and Regulatory Affairs. There was a diligent search done on my name to show that there's no liability or no corporate entity that has been registered under me. And the other issue is with all the what you have before you is because, well, yeah, courts are operating under federal debt collection procedure, and all officials, federal and state.
I don't know where you get that authority and where you say that. You haven't cited that in your brief at all, and I don't know that to be true. I know that the courts are operating.
I know it. You say the court is operating under the Constitution.
Yes.
So if you're operating under the Constitution, why is there an Admiralty statutory maritime flag behind you?
I didn't get that. What did you say now?
I said, if you're operating under the Constitution, why is there a statutory maritime flag behind you?
A statutory maritime flag.
Yeah, that flag that you have
you have it a masterclass in courtroom patience, courtesy of Judge Perkins, and a textbook crescendo burn from a sovereign citizen clinging to legal myths. What started as a basic arraignment became a 25-minute whirlwind of contradictions, conspiracy theories, and flag-based legal theories. Whether he walked free or got rebooked is unclear, but what's certain is that logic never stood a chance. Against delusion, if you found this case as bizarre and entertaining as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, because we've got plenty more courtroom chaos coming your way.